Main event, we're looking at Wonder Boy versus Kevin Holland. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, this one, it's like I don't know, like two guys. Let's say Holland was asking even like, or he was saying that he will retire. Am I right?
He
Like,
did say that, yeah, after the Chimaev fight, yeah.
yeah, and he's 30 years old, and after his last performance, even though I was betting on him against Chimaev, and I think that he survived that first round, he would put some problems on Chimaev for sure.
Mm.
But he got caught, and it is how it is. But like, it's question where his head is at this moment. And Steven Thompson is like, even though he lately doesn't have like a great performances, he's really hard to solve. Like,
Mm.
even though he's coming off two losses, sorry, like, I think he has a pretty good chance with his style to win this one. So I'm gonna go with Steven Thompson on this one.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Style wise, he does have a lot of good problems for Holland. I will say though, Holland's kryptonite seems to be the grappling, right? Despite being a jiu-jitsu black belt, and he actually TKO'd Jacare Souza from off his back, one of the most dangerous in that weight class at the time. Um, his weakness is the grappling, and so is Wonder Boy's, right? Like Wonder Boy's last two fights that he lost were to Gilbert Burns and then Bilal Muhammad. So for both of these guys, I'm sure they're very excited to finally fight a striker, someone that will allow them to actually use their skills, because we didn't see that much out of Wonder Boy or Holland in their last fights. Not the classic Wonder Boy and the classic Holland. That being said, even though Wonder Boy has like a great style against Holland, he's a tricky stand-up fighter, like you said. Um, he's getting older, right? And this is a big welterweight in Kevin Holland. This is a guy that also fights at middleweight, so he's gonna have to deal with reach disadvantage and a height disadvantage. I think his skills are there, but um, the size might be a problem. However, I'm still going with Wonder Boy in this, and nice to see that he's a little bit of an underdog. I mean, if you're putting money, right, um, that's kind of a nice bet to make right there on Wonder Boy.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Like, even when I was looking, uh, this time I didn't even look the odds until the last. That's the last that I brought down on my paper, and I really didn't like it because, like, if I was looking the odds, I would even skip some fights on this card, and
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
the main event and the fight after that on the Schnell and Nicolau. Uh, because like I notice with me that odds like sometimes force me to see the way how the guy can win that's underdog. So
Yeah.
now I'm going the breaking down the fights and then look the odds and then compare what I can find. And I actually, like, even before I saw the odds, I was like, I especially like talking about the mental aspect. And Kevin Holland was like always like a little bit weird, but like he was really on the good tier, especially like when he came down to 170
Mhm.
and won against who, Oliveira and some other. He had like Tim Means, yeah. So he had like two amazing performances where he got awarded performance of the night. So and then in the last fight, okay, against Chimaev, it was a catch weight and everything, and it was like a last minute switch. But like I cannot understand it already when he's like 30 years old, coming to his prime, to have that mindset. And
Mhm.
somebody who is like almost 40, like Steven Thompson, still not thinking about pulling back. And so that's why I'm thinking like that Steven Thompson, especially after two losses, even we think like, and you said the same, that fades away. I think that's his chance to get another W before he puts his gloves and retire.
Do you think this is his last fight, win or lose?
I don't think so. I don't think so. We will see. Like depends. Like uh, I think he still have like I think he didn't get too much damage through his career. You know,
Hmm.
it's question how his body feel, how his mind. But I didn't hear anything like I heard from Holland that he's already tired from it. You know, so that's why I'm surprised. That's almost one decade of difference in the age, and I think he still have a wish to fight. You know.
Yeah, it's weird. Like 39, usually you see people start to slow down, or maybe like they take damage more, or like not as well. But I don't see that out of Thompson. Like he still looks quick, still looks like light on his feet, and he hasn't won in his last two, but he did take a lot of damage, and I think his chin is still there for that reason.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.